Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about these beautiful crochet hooks. Let's get started. So these crochet hooks were sent to me by an Etsy shop. Their name is Earthhandicraftin. They are in India, and they make several things like yarn bowls and ball winders and swifts and tons of crochet hooks. They make other things as well, but that's what we would be interested in. You can go check them out. I will link them below in the description. And these hooks were gifted to me by them. They reached out to me and asked me to do a review and mention their shop, so I am. But all the opinions I give are mine, so know that my opinion is not paid for, and it is not paid for by anybody I do a review on. I may be required to mention their shop or link them, but I am not required to say nice things, just so you know. So these hooks, in their shop anyway, they have quite a selection of different ones, and they start from around $28 up, and these are rosewood. So these particular ones right here are rosewood and epoxy, and they have glitter in them, and I will pick one up and show one to you. Easier if I don't put my hand behind it, because then you can actually see the glitter a bit better. Just gorgeous. There are several in the shop that I have on a wish list that I want, because they are ergonomic and they work well for me, and they're gorgeous. They're just so pretty. So these particular hooks right here are $31.97 in their shop, which is a really good deal actually, because if you think about furls, hooks like this from furls are like a lot of money. I think the last time I looked they were around 100 for hooks like these. I know these aren't furls, but they are so very similar that if gifted these, I'm not sure you would know the difference as far as the craftsmanship, because these are gorgeously made. So $31.97 for a beautiful quality hook, I think, is reasonable. A lot of hooks that I purchased from furls, the Odyssey, gosh, I want to remember how much I paid for those. I feel like it was 30 something dollars, maybe close to 40. The resin ones were, I remember they were 24 each at furls. So, I mean, if you want a high quality, gorgeous handmade hook, you're going to pay right around that amount of money. So these are, I guess they're their own because they're handmade, but they are more like a Susan Bates head. So let me grab a Susan Bates hook. So this is the twist and lock. So you could see that they go deeper in like a Susan Bates hook. They have a slight point at the top here, and they do look to be more in line compared to, say, a hook like a boy. This would be a boy hook. So you can see the difference. So they are more like a Susan Bates. Let me grab my furls wooden hook here. This is a furls hook. So the head on a furls is, I guess, bigger here, and it has a longer front. So this actually works better for me for crocheting. I don't know if it's better. Yeah, I think it's better without my hand there. So they are, like I said, they're handmade. So each one will be different. The one that I'm holding here, the green one, is a 5.5, and the blue one is a 5.0. And a lot of times from companies that hand make the crochet hooks and knitting needles, sometimes they don't measure up as far as size. They'll say a certain size, but they're not that size. This is not marked. The box was actually marked with the size. That's how I know. Also, by looking at it, I know, because you just get to know after a while. So this is 5.5, and it fits in the 5.5 perfectly. see that marking there. And then I don't want them to roll off my desk here. This is 5.0 and that fits perfect in there. So as far as quality, I'm gonna rate them really, really high. Without using them, by looking at them, measuring them, they're right 10 out of 10 so far. So I am going to look around me, see if I can grab some yarn. Okay, I have some Premier Basics next to me, so I'm going to work with that. This is white. These are very nice skeins of yarn. Calls for a 5.5, so I will use the 5.5, which is the green one. You can see the end here, how they're made. The other one has a different end. Show that to you really quick. And they, like I said, they have tons of different styles, so you can check them out. I personally love this style because that gives me grip. And the neck doesn't seem to be too long on this, so I'm happy about that as well. And this is just basic acrylic yarn. Don't know how it's going to behave with this, so bear with me. There's no resistance there. Nothing is catching on the head or the shaft of the hook. The grip is nice on this. It is a good size for my hand. It is not hitting my hand in a weird way. It's extending over my hand. So I'm guessing this is about 7 inches. Let me grab my tape measure here. I'm guessing it's about 7 inches. And it's 7 inches. So the hook length is 7 inches. So if you have, I think I have a medium to large hand for a female, so, and maybe you just like longer hooks as well, but this is definitely longer than most of the hooks that I use, which is fine with me. I have no problem with that. I will compare it for you. This is a Furls hook, so it's a little longer than a Furls. Doubt it's gonna be longer than this one. It's the same size as the Twist and Lock. Here we go. And the Twist and Lock is quite sizable. The hooks from Hobby Lobby, the Yarnology hooks, much longer than that. And then a clover hook. So we're looking at quite a bit of length here. That is one of the issues I've been having with the clover hooks, is that they are a bit short in my hand. The other problem I have with the clover hooks is that it's not a big enough grip for me anymore. So lengthwise, it's a pretty long hook. Compare it to an Odyssey. It's a little longer, about half an inch, maybe a little longer than an Odyssey. Okay. So size-wise, it has them all beat because it is a good length. I'm not getting any resistance. There's no catching going on. It's very smooth. It feels very close, like as far as comfort, like the Odyssey hook. This is lighter than an Odyssey hook. I don't know the exact amount of weight. I have not weighed it yet. But I can tell you it is lighter. I'm going to weigh the hook and let you know what the difference is between this and Odyssey furls and the Susan Bates. I'll be right back. Okay, so the Furls Odyssey that I have that is similar in size to these, it is 1.3 ounces. This is an eye hook, so it's a 5.5. The one that I was using is 1.2 ounces. So this one's 1.2 ounces. So depending on the size that you get of the hook, this one was slightly heavier. I feel like this one was 1.5, but as you can see, it has a little more width to it. It's a little heftier. So depending on the size of the hook that you get will depend on your weight, of course. But this is lighter than an Odyssey hook, so just ever so slightly. I do feel like the grip is better than the furls. It is with these grooves in the middle of this hook, it gives your finger something to latch onto and grab, whereas the Odyssey is completely smooth. So that's another thing to think about. If furls aren't your cup of tea, then this certainly could be. Yeah, I don't see any problems with this hook at all. And I can use the other one for just a couple of minutes here so that I can see how it works up. But I am not having any issues with any dragging. This is so smooth. The only reason why I'm not crocheting faster is because of the way I crochet when I am sitting here at my desk. I have to hold my arms in the air forward, and while it's not a difficult thing to do, try holding your arm out in the air without doing anything for an extended period of time, and your muscles do get sore. So yes, this is very nice. We'll finish this row and then I will switch to the other hook, although this yarn calls for a 5.5, so I'm not sure it would be a good match. I'll look around me and see if there's any other yarn that I could be using. It's maybe a little bit smaller. So if you have not tried Premier Basics yarn, it's very similar to Hobby Lobby's yarn. There, I love this yarn. It is really close. So A++ for that hook. Let me find another yarn here. Might have to move some stuff around. Okay, I grabbed some Bernat Softy Baby. By the way, the stuff is a million times better than the Bernat Baby yarn that I had shown on my channel for the Paying It Forward Friday, the blanket that I had started. This is miles ahead of that yarn. I got this on Amazon. I'll tell you a little story about this. So around Black Friday, I was looking for deals. I thought, I mean, Amazon has deals, so I was looking for yarn deals. So I was cruising Amazon, and this came up in a search for Black Friday yarn. It was $13, like 77 or something for 3 skeins of this, and you know, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, I had no problem with that price. This is 310 yards, and I like the colors a lot. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll get that. I put it in my cart. It said it had a coupon I could use, and it brought it down to like, I think it took $7 off. So it brought it down to like $6 for the 3 balls, which was a great deal. So if you have not used this yarn, which has been around for a long time, I know I have used this in the past. It is Softy Baby by Bernat, and it's good yarn. Oh, and the color is blue flannel. So it is smaller. It calls for a G hook, but I will go ahead and use the H on it, just because it looks like it'd be fine. All right, so this is the 5.0 hook. It is also 7 inches. It's got that beautiful blue sparkles in it. Gorgeous. I don't feel anything on it that should give me any problems. It's completely smooth. There are no rough spots on it. No defects, you know, I feel nothing. It's just smooth. I feel like this is also a smoother yarn than the Premier Basics, but it's just smaller. Feeling it, it's just smaller. Feels about the same. So I feel like the hook might be too big for the yarn, which will give me a little loose stitch definition here, but it feels a little bit sloppy, but that's okay. It's working fine. The hook itself, I can tell, feels a little heavier than the other, but when I weighed it, it was a little heavier. It's not feeling tiresome, but like I said, I hold my yarn so weird when I am working. See, I should be way up here. I suspend my arms in the air, so it makes it difficult to crochet. You know, usually I have my arms closer to my body, so that's what my muscles are used to. So this throws me off completely. It makes me kind of feel like a beginner all over again because I have to think about everything. So I do think the hook is too big for this yarn, but I'm not having a problem with that. The yarn is splitting a bit, but that is the yarn and not the hook. So let me see if I can find something just a smidge bigger, because this one called for a 4 and I'm using a 5, so just a minute. Okay, grab some Chic Sheep by Red Heart. This is a Marley Bird yarn, one of my favorites of all time. It calls for an H hook, and this is 100% superwash wool. So this is actually the size that I should be using with the hook. I am almost out of this yarn, which makes me incredibly sad because I love this yarn. I have dyed many balls of this yarn and made many items with this yarn. And they no longer sell it now, so if you can find it, you better get your hands on it because it will not be available for much longer. All right, let's try out a yarn that actually calls for a 5.0 or H. Well, that feels better. That feels correct. Wow, this goes really well with this hook. Really, really well. So if I wasn't sitting the way I'm sitting, I would probably be breezing through this. There's no resistance on the hook head or shaft. There's nothing stopping me from crocheting away. I'm having no problem keeping grip on it. I'm not getting fatigued by holding the hook. I'm holding it exactly like I do the Furls Odysseys, but those grooves really help me hold on to this hook. Your fingers get that extra help. Wow. This is amazing. I just want to keep going, but I'm actually making nothing, so. So you will have to check them out. Like I said, it's Earthhandicraftin, and that is without the G on Etsy. EARTHANDICRAFTIN, and that is on Etsy. Like I said, these hooks that I'm showing you, they are $31.97 on their Etsy page. They're 7 inches long, made of rosewood and epoxy. They have tons of different styles. Pay attention to the style because you may prefer something different than I do, but I do prefer this style. They do sell, you could get them in sets as well. So you can get a set of 5 like this, whatever sizes you choose, for $113. Some change. And then they have, I think they have sets of 5, 7, and 13. And then the prices go up from the size 5 set because they're making you more hooks. But 5 hooks for $100, like I said, Furls, some of their hooks are $100 each, so yeah, this is very nice. This hook, both of these hooks are A+ 100%. I firmly stand behind them. They're great quality, great quality. They have a bit of a shine, which is nice. I like that a lot. Very gorgeous. They are handmade in India, and I think they are having a sale right now on their Etsy page. I think it's like buy 2 get 15% off, buy 3 get 20% off, and then it goes up from there. Buy 4 get, I can't remember what it was, and then buy 5 and get more. So the more you buy, the more you're gonna save. Their shipping was it was fine. It was a reasonable amount of time from India. Our post office actually sent it somewhere else after I got here, and then it had to come back, which is typical of our post office. But as far as shipping, it was like, I think 10 days to get here. I can't remember, but it wasn't an extended amount of time if you took away what our post office did wrong. So yeah, take a look at these guys and decide for yourself if you like them. I like them. I have, I think, 3 hooks in my want list, so I plan on purchasing from them. Whether you do or not, that's up to you. I don't get paid for it if you do. I'm just here to tell you my opinion on the hook. I'm going to give both of them 10 out of 10, not because they were free, but because they are great hooks. Comparing to the other set that I got, I don't think I have any in here. I did purchase a set of hooks from a maker in India. They were from Amazon though. Their hooks were nice. These are way nicer, just so you know. So whatever I gave those hooks in that video for review, these measure higher to me in quality and design, construction, all about it. I mean, these are great hooks. These are really great hooks. So I probably will purchase more. go check these guys out. Purchase or don't purchase, it's up to you. And think about this for gifts. If you're not interested in hooks like these, maybe somebody you know would like one as a gift. I will link them below in the description box. I don't have a discount code or anything, but I will give you all their information down there, and you can go from there and decide on your own. So thank you so much for watching. I will rate these guys 10 out of 10, 100%. They did great. And thank you so much for gifting me the hooks to try them out and give them a review. Appreciate it. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.